Look at this. It literally just like landed on me. It's a whole fucking spider. And the web is in my hand. Oh my god. And I was just about to record. Oh my gosh. I was just about to record. Um, it's a jumping spider. It's jumping. I have to look up what. Okay. I'm just gonna go with my original message. Um, you can't spend your energy on ordinary shit when you're extraordinary and when you're trying to achieve extraordinary shit. Simple. Stop. Just stop doing it. Like literally, stop doing it. Even if it's like somebody that you really care about, if they're ordinary, stop entertaining them. If the, the, the job is ordinary, stop entertaining it. Figure out what the fuck you're gonna do and go do something extraordinary because you're extraordinary. Simple. Like, I'm just, I'm talking to myself and I'm talking to you too. You can take it however you want to take it. I just typed in dimple. I don't know why, but maybe that's significant. Um, Spider totem. That's what I'm thinking of. And if you need to be elusive to people, do it. You know, you can be elusive and you can be consciously elusive. You don't have to be subconsciously elusive. Be elusive to people because people will they want to get to know you, but they really want to know what you have. They really want to know how you got what you got. However, they're not going to do the work to achieve what it is that they want to know so badly about you. Because at the end of the day, they're not trying to get to know you. They're trying to count your pockets, count your blessings that they see as you being lucky, count uh, the abundance that you require. And people mostly believe that your abundance comes from you busting your ass. And I'm not saying you didn't bust your ass. However, you know, where there's karma, there's dharma. Yes. And when you can humbly receive your karma, no matter what kind of karma it is, you're going to get your dharma. It's inevitable. You're going to get your dharma. And, you know, some people just don't know. But anyway, I don't want to know about that. Spider. Uh, a spider animal totem often represents creation, weaving, destiny, and resourcefulness. Sorry, it was cut off. It can symbolize the ability to create one's own reality, and that's the reason why I came. Like, I decided to. First of all, it was raining, and I don't feel like driving in the rain. I don't feel like putting on a fucking raincoat. Um, I'm just. I don't feel like it, so I'm not. So I was waiting for the rain to stop, and I believe it has. So I said, let me give my message because it was on my mind while I was shopping. And yes, symbolize the ability to create one's own reality, build connections, and navigate the intricate patterns of life. Seeing a spider as a totem might also indicate a need for patience, perseverance, or a reminder to integrate different aspects of your life to gain a broader perspective. And one message that I was going to speak on was about me not working. That, that saying, and they say, if you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life. I don't necessarily believe that, because if you're doing something that you love, you're going to probably go and do it and do it and do it. And it might get to the point where you have to learn, maybe perhaps the hard way, that you need a bit of balance of, what is it, practicality and spirituality in your life, in order to not work so much because you love it. And a lot of people realize that when it's either too late, or it may not be too late, but they were hit with something very life changing, I would say. So, yeah, I'm not supposed to be working. I finally accepted this, and it's not to say that I will not work, but I don't believe that I personally became a human being to work. Who was it? Eartha Kitt. Was she the one who said, "I don't desire to work"? Like, who desires to work? That's a fact. Which is why a lot of people don't know exactly what it is that they want to do, and that time spent of not knowing what it is that you want to do should be spent on what creative projects you can enhance that comes from you, because it's natural. You have a natural ability, but we're living in a society that doesn't love us properly. We're not taught to love ourselves. It's a learning process, which is, it's okay, because that's the process, right? However, society is still society, and we got bills to pay and all of this stuff. Man-made bills. It's like something just flew on my head, fell on my head. I don't know. So, yeah, I wasn't sent here to work. I don't know exactly what that really means. Like, I'm trying to really gain a new perspective and understanding and overstanding about this. And I think through the process of me actually working, which is ironic, double-edged sword, is how I'm learning what it is that I want to learn. Because I was working in the medical field when I was living in New York. And because of COVID and the whole vaccination thing, I was terminated because I didn't choose to vaccinate myself. I didn't choose to vaccinate myself. And at first I was like, I accepted it, but I was angry about it. It's like, how is it that I cannot choose myself? Like, this is the medical field. First of all, patients have the right to choose whether or not they want a certain type of medical procedures done to them. So how is it that I'm an employee and my sovereignty isn't respected? And I choose myself. Just like, I mean, I've chosen myself over my mother. I've chosen myself over my family. I'm still in a position to choose myself, which I am truly grateful for, because a lot of people are not in the position to fully choose themselves, even when it is difficult, even when it's easy. I'm choosing myself over my son, and that's another topic. I got something to say about that too. Um, yeah, I was angry about it for some time, and sometimes like the residual anger, it resurfaces, and I think about it, and I still can feel the anger, but it's not as big, expansive as it was before. But I had to I had to do that in order to like work the way that I did and do what I had to do to even get those medical positions, um, in order to learn how to choose myself when it comes to um, the Matrix. Like that was my those were two big decisions. You know, before we realize it, we're actually we were at a point in our lives where we felt like we had to work. Like it was the thing you had to do. Oh, I got to figure out what kind of job I'm gonna get. Oh, I need a job. You know, it could be anything right now until I figure out the rest. Like that's the Matrix shit. Like it's not everything you need will be provided for. When I was fired, uh, I wasn't concerned. I wasn't no. I was concerned. I wasn't worried. I was concerned about how was it that I was going to make ends meet. And you know what I did? I stopped paying my rent purposely. I stopped paying my rent because I saw that the government was doing like that whole pay your rent thing, whatever, because everybody was out of work. And so I'm like, you know what? If people are they were put into a position where literally could not pay their rent, and their rent is being paid back. People's rents were being paid. I am going to choose to not pay my rent, and I'm going to eat. And I'm going to make sure that I eat exactly the way that I want to eat. I was literally choosing. I was choosing myself, man. Like I'm not new to this. At this point, I am true to this. I am true to this. Um, I didn't pay no light bill. I didn't pay anything. I didn't pay anything. And I was eating. The money that I had, we were eating. Me and my children. And I digress. What was I going to say about in regards to my son? It slipped me, but it was important. It'll come back to me. Don't remember. But yeah, like this whole work thing. What I meant by the elusiveness, though, I'm gonna give you real life, real time example. So, I have a student that I teach in within an institution and privately outside of the institution, and she's 5, so she talks. You know, children gonna tell all your business, and the things that come out of that girl's mouth, whether it's wisdom beyond her own years or just the actual things that I don't need to know, like she talks, and I just let her talk. So one day recently, she said, my colleague, I have a male colleague, and I don't I don't know him enough to not like him, but his energy is off, and he makes decisions that are not integral to me. Um, and I would say even immoral. So I don't fuck with him, you know. And I'm very cordial, but that's it. So she said, "Oh yeah, my that's my dad's friend." And I was like, "Good to know." I just made a mental note because I don't like I already know how he gets down. So I just made a mental note. A few weeks later, um, the wife, the mother, she asked me randomly if I still have the same house, if I'm still living in the same house that I was living in a year ago when I first began teaching her daughter. And I thought about it before answering, and this was like intuitive for me to think about it. And I told her, yeah. And I even thought about it afterwards, and I'm like right after I said yes, I was like, why did I think about that? But I knew that that answer would come to me. Answers always come to me. Ask and you shall receive. And so it didn't come to me right away, but I knew that she was digging. And just today, I realized, it came to me. I said, you know what? Because I noticed how the father, he brings his daughter to the institution. And when he sees when he sees me, and he was engaged in a conversation with my colleague, he kind of like purposely shy away from him, because he's American. He's American, so he's hip. He understands that. I've been working with them for over a year, so he understands that there's just certain things you don't do, but at the same time he doing it. But anyway, like, I just by the body language and the energy, I know that something is being hidden. But at the same time, these motherfuckers want to know my business. So like, his energy and his body language is just off once I come into the room. And so I picked up on that. I picked up on it. So today, I seen it again, and I was like, okay, I didn't think about it, but it came to me a few minutes later, and I'm like, oh, she asked me that because they're talking, having that white man-to-man conversation. And I tell people different stories because, again, nobody's trying to get to know me. They want to know what I have. They want to know what I have and why I have it. And they want to try to figure out if I'm worthy of it. Like, I'm telling you, people really, and this is all a projection, because it's all a projection. I'm not explaining it. Anyway, so she asked me because I told him when I first started working there that I live in a certain municipality. Yes, I lived in a certain municipality, and which was called Serape, which was true. I was living in a municipality called Serape, and then I had moved, but I didn't tell anybody. Like, wasn't having conversations with people. I didn't tell anybody that I moved. But when I started working with this particular student, I mentioned to them that I lived in the municipality that I'm living in currently. So they're exchanging information, because people they know they're not even scratching the surface of what they know about me. And They're just exchanging. If you know, people, when you're elusive and you don't give people the information that they want so that they can compare and either put you on a pedestal or place you below them, they gossip amongst other people in order to see if they can play that game with those people, as far as, oh, I know this about her, oh, I know this about her, I know that about her, this is what, like, I had dinner with her, or I invited her to my house, or whatever the case may be. They want to be the one to be in the know, and they want to know more than the next person, but you don't know shit. So yes, people know different things about me, and I purposely tell them different things or omit certain information, or I just don't answer the question at all. I tell them I'm not giving you that information, you know, or I ask them why. Usually when you ask people why they want to know something, and once they actually respond to it, they have no choice but to hear the lie that they just spewed to you, and you don't even need to say anything because they get tripped up. People are not out here asking questions, and I'm not talking about just this country. People are not in the practice of asking questions. They just talk because everything is so fucking surface level. Nothing has depth to it, nothing. And I'm a very deep individual. You know, in order to reach me, you gotta have depth to you too, or at least the capacity to go there. You know. So yes, if you need to be elusive, be elusive. That's another message. I forget what I was gonna say in regards to me choosing myself over my son. What? Maybe I'll put that in a short when it comes back to me. So yeah, like I'm in a space now where it's just like I'm not supposed to be working. So what exactly am I supposed to be doing that in which I can create my abundance and wealth and be able to expand it and keep it, and even I want to have the ability to let things go when need be, like without hesitation. You know, I'm not standing in my own way anymore, and I think that's actually the issue with a lot of people, standing in their own way. And when they see people not standing in their own way, it's a mirror reflection as to how they're standing in their own way. So yeah. All right, thank you for listening. It is not raining. I am driving home. Peace out.